All right, people, it is time for the go home shows for our March month here and our TEW 2020 This Is War series. Guys, this series has been so much fun we're coming up on a year now, almost. In a couple months, we're going to hit our year mark doing this series. I hope you guys are loving it. I think, judging from your comments, you seem to be digging it, and we are having a lot of fun doing it. So we are coming up right next to like I said, our March pay-per-views on the next episode, but pump the brakes. We got a little bit of a build-up before we get to that episode. So on this one, you're going to see a lot of trades. I think I'm going to have to, there's so many trades that took place on this episode. I'm going to have to edit, I think a lot of them out. So I think there's going to be more surprises when people show up, but Slam's out there like, oh, let's trade. No permanent trades yet, more like just loans. People trading for like 6 appearances and a couple appearances here and there. But you're going to see a couple Slam people jumping around here in the upcoming months. So just keep that in mind. I don't think anything's going to happen for this month. It'll probably take place next month. But yeah, so keep that in mind. So that's it. I'm going to wrap this up. Guys, if you haven't already, follow us at Jobber Radio on Twitter. Follow everybody's single profiles right there on the side. And enjoy the episode. Little notification is here. Anthony Henry wants a pay raise. Pay raise request. Let's see how much he's asking for here. He's currently being paid $30 per appearance. Wow. That is pretty. That's pretty low. That is pretty freaking low. I'll accept that request. I'll give him 110.
Yeah. You got to think though. If you accept this, will it start a snowball effect in your company? Well, everybody wanting a pay raise.
Well, depending on how much they're asking for, this guy's getting paid 30. I think I'll accept this one.
Yeah.
Hot dog handshake.
So he's now being paid 110. Wow. I wonder how many of the other Progress guys are getting paid nothing. Hello, everybody, and welcome to CZW Evolution, the go-home show for Deja Vu, the pay-per-view coming up this weekend. Finn Balor starts off the show saying that he too wants to leave Deja Vu with gold around his waist. He says that he hasn't seen Darby Allin in a couple weeks, but the two of them want to be carrying gold around their waist when they leave the pay-per-view. Next thing you know, Pete Dunne's music hits. He comes out to the ring, who is the CZW Iron Man champion, by the way. He tells Balor that he doesn't have a problem defending his title against anyone, but just to claim victory and that they're going to leave with the title and not even addressing his name is bullshit. Dunne tells Balor his makeup and middle school performance doesn't scare him. He agrees to defend the Iron Man Championship at Deja Vu against the Demon. 89 segment rating. Angle got the crowd hotter. Show off to a strong start. Looks like we are going to have Pete Dunne versus the Demon, Finn Balor, at the pay-per-view. And I think it may be kicking off the show for Deja Vu, so we'll see. So I'll look forward to that. We'll see if Pete Dunne can keep this streak going, or if the Demon is going to get that title.
Very nice.
Right.
I mean, it's like guaranteed good match.
So next up, we have a number 1 contenders match for the CZW Ultraviolent Championship on Deja Vu. We have Matt Tremont coming down to the ring to join commentary. And guess what? We have 3 competitors to come out in this match. But after Jimmy Lloyd, Mance Warner, Orn Veit come down to the ring, next thing you know, Rob Van Dam's music hits. The crowd is freaking out as RVD comes out joining this match, making it a fatal 4-way. And this is what happened. In a bout that had subpar wrestling, non-existent crowd heat, Rob Van Dam defeated Warner, Veit, and Lloyd. 9 minutes, 30 seconds. Rob Van Dam pinned Mance Warner after a 5-star frog splash.
Yay!
Mance Warner carried the match. That's pretty great. Yeah, wow, he got an 80. Everybody else, there was a 63, 57, 56. And Rob Van Dam was off his game. But 71 overall, very good segment rating. I'm happy with that for a hardcore match. So there you go. Out of nowhere, Rob Van Dam makes his debut, claims the number 1 contenders match. And I don't know how this is going to go, but Matt Tremont announced on commentary that the title match at Deja Vu will be a scaffold match.
What?
So Rob Van Dam, Matt Tremont, Ultraviolent title, scaffold match. Who is going to get thrown off the scaffold and who's going to leave the Ultraviolent champion? I guess we'll have to see next episode. So next up, we got a big 8-man tag match. LAX taking on SoCal Uncensored and the Tate Twins, who have been, they took under their wing. All right, here we go. In a bout that had subpar wrestling, little heat, SoCal Uncensored and the Tate Twins defeated LAX at 14-19, when after a hard-fought match, we saw the Progress Wrestling guys show up. This is the third week in a row that they showed up here. This time, they cost LAX the match when Ortiz was distracted and rolled up from behind by Christopher Daniels. The Invaders dove into the ring and just beat the holy hell out of LAX until Daniels, Kazarian, and the Tate Twins had to help him out and run him off. Next thing you know, the staff came running out too. Santana grabbed a mic saying that he's sick of these crybabies who lost their jobs. He tells Progress Crew to show up this Sunday and they're going to beat some respect into them. So there you go. Progress guys might be getting a match this weekend. Ortiz, though, has sustained a anterior cruciate ligament strain. Do you know what that is, Warden?
Well, obviously, an anterior cruciate ligament, also known as, and you probably heard of this, an ACL. It's one of the key ligaments that help stabilize your knee joint.
Okay, yes, I did not know that's the AC. Okay, that's not good at all. Obviously a sprain is, better than a tear. That's not good at all. I wonder why this isn't red. We'll see. Maybe that means he's not that bad hurt. Segment rating 66. Some pretty good performances here. We got 72 out of Sammy, who I think Sammy had the highest. Ortiz had the second highest, but everybody pretty much held their own. Even the Tate Twins in the 50s there. So a lot of things progressed here. We're going to see where this injury goes and how it affects our pay-per-view coming up on the next episode. Hopefully not too bad. All right, folks, it is time for the KO show. Kevin Owens is supposed to have guest Randy Orton on, but instead, Kenny Omega comes out. Omega asks Owens what the hell he was thinking siding with Orton the past couple weeks. Owens says Orton came to him because he knew he wasn't soft like the rest of the roster and agrees, saying everyone is soft. They just want to play their stupid video games and bang Hikaru Shida. So there you go. Kevin Owens getting
like that's a bad thing.
I know, right? Kevin Owens getting straight to the point here. Omega slaps Owens. So at Deja Vu, we got Kevin Owens going one-on-one with Kenny Omega. I think it's going to be fireworks. I think it's going to be pretty freaking good. So
yeah, it's gonna be great.
Yeah, either way, this segment got a 97, and the crowd is pretty hyped. Next up, we got I just wanted a big showcase match here to see Ricochet versus one of the newest members to the roster, Dragon Lee. Yes, it's a handshake deal. He's still mainly part of Ring of Honor. But anyway, here we go. In a good match, Dragon Lee defeated Ricochet 13 minutes and 5 seconds when during the match, a horde of pigs are let loose down the entrance ramp and surround the ring. They all have writing on the sides of them with Ricochet's name and this little piggy quotes, which goes back to last week. A spotlight is shined up in the crowd where Dolph Ziggler stood there with his creepy skin mask, and he starts squealing like a pig into the microphone. This distraction gave Dragon Lee an opening to plant Ricochet down to the mat with his Dragon Driver for the win. Ricochet loses with the ring surrounded by pigs.
Someone's been watching movies like Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Yeah, the collectors, man, they are unique. I will say that. So obviously we don't
wants to make the pigs and the bacon.
Yeah, we don't know of any affiliation with Dragon Lee and the Collectors, not at the moment anyway, but obviously Ricochet and Dolph Ziggler have had some problems, and he's calling Ricochet his little piggy. So 82 segment rating, fantastic match. Look at these guys, 93 Ricochet, 65 Dragon Lee, not terrible. Crowd got the match got the crowd buzzing, so woo. Next up, we got Matt Riddle taking on Switchblade Jay White. In a decent match, Matt Riddle defeated Switchblade Jay White by pinfall. Man, it doesn't get more simple than that. This match right here is actually just trying to get some more wins under Matt Riddle's belt. That's pretty much the gist of this. He's been slacking a little bit. He's mad that he lost to Swerve Scott on the last episode, so I'm trying to make him a little happy, giving him a win here. 73 segment rating. His performance was very close to the Switchblades, 69 to 65. So, but this will lead into our next segment. Isaiah Swerve Scott is standing backstage with MVP after watching Matt Riddle win his match on the monitor. MVP looks into the camera, tells everyone that it's great to see Riddle get a rebound win after his loss to his client last week. MVP says he sweet-talked management into getting Scott another chance to beat Riddle again, but this time it's going to be on pay-per-view. Why do I keep making this mistake? It is going to be at Deja Vu. He tells the fans not to blink during this match because you don't want to miss a second of CZW's next great rising star, which, of course, is Isaiah Swerve Scott. 74 segment rating. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, MVP worked the crowd well. There we go. Even though he was backstage, still working the crowd. It works. So there we go. We got another match scheduled for this pay-per-view coming up. Isaiah Swerve Scott versus Matt Riddle. The rematch. This is number 3. They actually are in their rubber match. They're 1-1, and they each have a win against each other. So we're going to see who breaks it at the pay-per-view. Next up, we got a really big match here between Randy Orton and Cody Rhodes. Any bout that had great heat and good wrestling, Randy Orton defeated Cody Rhodes 9 minutes 38 seconds by pinfall after the RKO. Now, for this match, Seth Rollins joined the commentators table, and after the RKO and the victory, Orton walked over to Rollins, looking down at him with his hand in his cast, because if you remember, Seth Rollins hurt his hand. It's been in a cast. Also, he's got a sling on. Randy Orton looked down at Seth Rollins and called him soft as he sat at the commentator's table. Rollins looked like he was about to hit Orton, but in the middle of it, he stopped himself. Orton smirked and turned his back, walking away. Rollins calls out to him and tells Orton, hurt or not, he wants him at the pay-per-view this weekend. Orton laughs and tells him, it's your funeral, moron, and walks off. So, I don't know if this is the wisest thing in the world, but Seth Rollins has kind of just challenged Randy Orton to a one-on-one match at Deja Vu while he's hurt. Hand is injured. We're going to see how it goes down. 84 segment rating, 85 from Orton, 73 for Cody Rhodes, who put up a really good effort in this match. Fantastic stuff out of these two, and I guess we're going to see how well Orton and Seth Rollins can perform with Seth Rollins hurt. And that's a real injury in the game too, not just kayfabe. So but he is working through it. So we're going to see how he does. In the main event, we heard about this match from last week. MJF pleaded with CZW management, got a rematch for the Regime to take on the North. The winner of this match goes on to join the triple threat match at Deja Vu for the tag team titles. Here we go. This is what happened. In a decent match, the North defeated the Regime at 13 minutes when MJF comes down to the ring looking to help Strowman and Rusev, but decks Strowman with a pair of his brass knuckles. When the big man confronted him, Ethan Page rolled the big man up, scoring the pinfall victory. So, big moment just happened here. The main event on the Go Home show, segment rating 73. Everybody performed pretty well. Braun Strowman, though, stood out above the rest with a 79. So MJF just turned on Strowman and Rusev. We're going to see what happens with a big segment coming up next, though. Rusev grabbed MJF by the throat, but the next thing you know, another big figure hits the ring and lays Rusev out with a massive clothesline to the back of the head. That, folks, that big man is Alexander Hammerstone. Alexander Hammerstone. MJF laughs as he shakes hands with Hammerstone and the North. What in the hell is going on here?
Good question.
94 segment rating. Obviously, very big stuff out of this. MJF was the star. But looks like Rusev and Braun Strowman out of the Regime. We're going to see what kind of alliance we got here with MJF and these other guys. coming up on the pay-per-view. Big stuff. So now that leaves the pay-per-view match. FTR, the tag team champions, will be defending their titles against the American Wolves and the North, all champions in CZW. We have the first ever champions, the North, going against the second ever champions, the American Wolves, going against the current champions, FTR. Big triple threat tag team title match going on at Deja Vu. So Finn Balor has not seen Darby Allin in a couple weeks, as he said earlier in the show. But we see why right here, right now. Darby Allin is seen in a creepy-looking cemetery with the CZW title around his waist and a shovel resting on his shoulder. Darby Allin talks about how fitting it is that the last step in his transformation to the dark side, that is to bury the evil that is The Undertaker. After cutting his promo, he gets down on one knee next to the open grave. The tombstone reads, "The Undertaker, may he rest in peace." Darby Allin does Taker's traditional pose. You know what I'm talking about, with, down on one knee with the hand out and everything, where he holds his hand out, sticking out his tongue, his eyes roll into the back of his head, when suddenly the Undertaker himself steps up behind Darby Allin, towering over him as the copyright appears and the show comes to a close.
Whoa.
So 99 segment rating. The crowd could not possibly be more hyped for this buried alive match come Deja Vu. Will Darby Allin be able to successfully defend his title against the dead man, The Undertaker? We're going to see some big stuff. I think we're going to see one of the best, I'm hoping, one of the best segments we have on CZW history here on the show. So I got some fun stuff planned, I'll tell you that. Show rating 83, not too shabby, not as high as some of our other stuff, but I'm happy with this. I thought this was a pretty good freaking show. We only had 166, and that's because there was an injury there. It might have been a little bit better, maybe at least a 70. But strong start, decent middle, pretty good middle here, and very strong ending. So I think the go-home show is pretty successful here going into Deja Vu. Let's take a look. First, before we get to the ratings here, CZW, unfortunate news. He'll be out of action for a few weeks. So he will miss the pay-per-view. That means I gotta rebook some stuff. Dang, that is not good. But hey, maybe it'll help for the story about Progress injuring Ortiz going into the match. So that'll be good.
And more important news right underneath that.
Oh, what is that?
National Puppy Day.
National Puppy Day.
Yay!
God. Okay, let's see. Let's look at the ratings real quick here. 83, 14,000, 1.40. That's kind of CZW kind of just hovering, man. We're in that same spot that we've been in every single week almost. Same area. Meanwhile, WWE 72 sellout in a 2.81. Killian Dane defeated Angel Garza by DQ for the WWE United States title. So there you go. Let's see what this National Puppy Day is. Oh, it's Randy Orton. Randy Orton is relentless viper in the ring, but he just got a new puppy, and it's the cutest thing ever. Folks, CZW strikes again. Too freaking good.
Alrighty, everybody. Welcome to this go-home show episode of Midwest Mayhem. Starting off the pre-show, our one and only match on the pre-show, we see the debut of Marcus Crane, who does absolutely horrendous in this hardcore tag team match.
He's
in
back,
a decent
baby.
pre-show match, Marcus Crane and Warhorse defeated Team MDK2 in 10 minutes 27 seconds. So Marcus Crane pinned Ricky Shane Page. Marcus Crane had an in-ring performance of 29. Warhorse kept the pace with 35. Marcus Crane debuted his grunge rocker gimmick. It has gotten an initial rating of awful. Marcus Crane and Warhorse have absolutely zero chemistry as partners. Meanwhile, Ricky Shane Page and Joey Janela have excellent chemistry together. Announcing quality lifted the match because God knows it needs it. Segment rating of 59, so that's not too bad. I mean, considering
it's actually not, yeah.
So, God help you, Marcus Crane, because you're not helping yourself.
He's got a bright future. I mean, this is his first match back from like his brain eroding or skull eroding, so maybe it's a little bit of ring rust.
Kicking off the show, we got a big old match here as we have Tommaso Ciampa defeating Marty Scurll in 18 minutes by pinfall with a Project Champa. Great match. Get the crowd going. We had a technical masterclass booked for the show to see what would happen if we finally put it as the kickoff or the opener. Scurll with an 82, Champa with a 69. Both great scores, causing us to get a 74. Pretty happy with this, you know?
That was a very good start.
Mhm.
We have a segment involving Hangman Page coming across El Phantasmo, Madison Rayne, and Teddy Hart. El Phantasmo brings up to Hangman Page, hey, there's a 3-way tag team title match tonight in the main event, and we get to decide our partners, and I want you, former fellow Bullet Club member, to be my partner. Hangman Page says, yeah, you know what? I'll have to think it over, man. That sounds like a pretty good idea. So in the main event, we have a 2v2v2 tag team match amongst all the Gift of the Gods qualifiers. And we'll have to see if El Phantasmo and Hangman Page team up. Teddy Hart didn't do too hot. Dialogue was a complete disaster. Holy shit.
It's a complete disaster. I mean, he didn't do that good, yeah. Ricky Shane Page pulling double duty.
Oh, shit. I didn't even realize that.
And Joey.
Oh, and Joey Janela.
Yeah.
Holy shit. Wow, good for them. In a decent match, Bram and Bully Ray defeated Team MDK2 in 9 minutes 40 seconds when Bully Ray pinned Joey Janela with a bully cutter. Bram was the weak link as usual, struggling to keep up with everyone else's in-ring performance. 66 and 68 out of those two. Despite having 2 hardcore matches in the same night. Props to them. I'm gonna have to give them a bonus or something for that. That's pretty impressive.
And they unfortunately lost both.
Sorry. Bully Ray and Bram are blindsided by the rest of MDK doing an absolute beatdown on them. Just like a gang beatdown. Relentlessly. They're both all bloodied. Chairs are involved. Kendo sticks. Basically, MDK leaves them out to die.
Mm-hmm.
Well, there was that momentum.
Smile. Yeah. Thanks a lot, Joseph. He's our manager of MDK, and he's not keeping up. But he enjoyed the freedom of being poor in this segment.
At least he's happy about not performing well.
Thanks for letting me crash and burn, guys. Oh, fuck you, Ultimo Dragon. Okay. I thought I fixed that, but I guess not. In a superb match, Will Ospreay defeated Catchpoint 2.0 member Drew Gulak in 13 minutes 30 seconds by submission. This being a build-up to the Will Ospreay Daniel Bryan match we'll be seeing at the pay-per-view. Crazy score, Will Ospreay 89. Gulak doing all right with a 65. Evens out to a 79. You do the math. I got to figure out this Ultimo Dragon heel face thing. Hey-oh!
All right.
Following this, we have Ultimo Dragon join Will Ospreay in the ring. He stands over Drew Gulak as he begins to kick Drew Gulak in the face after the match. This has allowed Ultimo Dragon to change into a heel, I guess.
Yeah. There you go.
Compromise. Oh, fuck off. But he is
82
now,
though.
so
That's still a good segment rating.
Oh yeah.
Just popped up out of nowhere.
We cut to backstage in Stone Cold's office. We've had many events happen here in Stone Cold's office. This one is the LWO, all 4 members are meeting with Stone Cold, and they say, at Path of the Righteous, we want our trios titles on the line against those piece of crap Kala Clan members. As they're putting this proposal out there, boom, they get jumped. Bats are swung. People are powerbombed through Stone Cold's table. LWO is taken out by the Kala Clan. And Stone Cold says, God damn it, I just bought that table. When Stanley Callahan says, I don't give a shit. You pick one of those 4 and put him in a match against me for my Mayhem Television Championship. The Kala Clan leaves as Andrade rolls over and stands up. And he says, well, what's it going to be? Do we have a trios title match? Stone Cold goes, yeah, you'll both get your match. Oh. So, at MWA Path of the Righteous, the LWO will have a trios title match against the Kala Clan, and Sami Callihan will defend his title against one of the members. So, double duty will be occurred at the pay-per-view.
It's going to be tough.
Following this, we had About the Head Great Heat and Good Wrestling. Samoan Dynasty defeated the New Day in 15 minutes, 18 seconds when Jey Uso pinned Kofi Kingston with a handful of tight shenanigans. This is yet another big win here for the Samoan Dynasty, even if it was through nefarious means. This feud may never end between these two. We'll see if they end up having a perhaps a tag title match at the pay-per-view. Look forward to that, perhaps.
Man, look at all the in-ring performances. They're all like right there together. That's good. I mean, that's good.
Big E having the lowest is surprising.
Yeah.
Kofi's usually the weakest, but he stepped up.
Look, all members of the Samoan Dynasty, all three, 68.
Beautiful.
Consistent.
So we cut to backstage where we see Okada sitting alone in the locker room, and you ask yourself, where's the rest of the Japan boys? Well, if you've been watching Ring of Honor lately, you've seen these two steal the titles, the tag team titles over there. So causing Okada to be alone on Mayhem. Despite this, CM Punk, Marty Scurll, who had a sad loss at the opening of the show, and PCO meet Okada backstage and say, hey, you don't have to worry about us. Tonight we're partners, and we're going to get this shit done in the main event. And Okada nods as he shakes hands with CM Punk. So we got a little understanding here. As two of the biggest names in MWA come to an agreement. So these two will be tag teaming in the main event.
Wow. Look at that's a lot of green. That is a lot of green.
Guess I should probably read this. New catchphrase. Ayo. His new catchphrase was the punks and the boys are all right. I have no idea.
That's a hot new catchphrase right there.
So, main event time. We see Hangman Page denying the request by El Phantasmo to be his tag team partner, and instead goes with his Ring of Honor brethren, Johnny Gargano, to tag team with in the match.
Okay.
Causing El Phantasmo to team with Zack Sabre Jr. However, in a bout that had fantastic heat and great wrestling, Kazuchika Okada and CM Punk defeated El Phantasmo and Zack Sabre Jr. and Hangman Page and Johnny Gargano in 17 minutes. The order of elimination was Hangman Page and Johnny Gargano first, then El Phantasmo and Zack Sabre Jr. Everybody did very well. Lowest score being 70 out of El Phantasmo. Best being Okada with an 88. Great range there. Phantasmo and Sabre Jr. did not work well as a team. Kind of see that, one's a high flyer, one's technical. But no, happy with this. This is our big main event to finish the show. Okada and Punk got all the momentum. So a lot to look forward to in the ladder match.
So these are all 6 guys that are in the ladder match, right?
That is correct.
That is correct. Okay, that's interesting. I'm worried to see what happens if Ring of Honor's taking the title. Or taking technically it's the title, yeah.
The opportunity.
You might have to get some payback for MWA taking our tag titles.
That's what I'm saying. Shenanigans, you called it earlier. Some more shenanigans may be coming into play here.
Perchance. 76 rating. We dipped a little bit this week. Our early on stuff kind of brought us down, but we finished pretty strong, I'd have to say.
Yeah, you had a couple 90s in there, 93, 90. A lot of the Punk stuff. LWO and Cataclan getting a big reaction.
Killing it. Better than I expected.
Yep.
Helped having Stone Cold, but
yeah.
This was probably my favorite match. Ospreay versus Drew Gulak.
Almost 80.
And then I'm happy to see Ciampa step up, getting a 69. That's better than he has been doing. So, Bram, you can still kind of fuck off. Like, you're very disappointing.
The MVPs were Joey Janela and Ricky Shane Page for their double duty tonight.
Yes, remind me to pay them.
Yeah.
Hey, folks, welcome back to Ring of Honor. Shit. We're off to a really horrible start already. Decent pre-show match. Nick Aldis defeats Mark Andrews. 17 minutes of submission with the Texas Cloverleaf thing he does. Andrews not only outperformed Aldis, but Andrews then sustained a shoulder tendonitis injury. Quite sure what that is, but I'm gonna assume that's not good. 6 rating. Aldis and Andrews have great chemistry though, which is pretty good. Been better if he didn't get hurt. All right, pre-show bout that had decent reaction. Dragon defeats Slams Jordan Devlin, just under 15 minutes by pinfall with the Aberracion Dragon. 66 rating. Lee with the 76, Devlin 54, and the match was considered too short. I had to set as steal the show, so I didn't want to overwork them, but they did pretty well. I'll give them that.
Steal the pre-show.
Exactly.
No.
Pre-show main event, decent match. Alexa Bliss, our Women of Honor champion, defeats Kaylee Ray 13 minutes by pinfall with Twisted Bliss. It was originally set to be on our main show, but apparently we overbooked by half an hour. Yeah, that was fun to deal with. 57 rating though, Bliss with a 63, Kaylee with a 41. Nice. We opened the show with Naito, Time Splitting Aces, and Equilibrium. Lawler is also there. All of them trading words after their matches last week from mostly the 6-man title match. It's when things are about to break down again into a brawl, which we've been getting used to during this feud. Get an announcement. At the 19th anniversary, be Naito, Tanahashi, Ellie, Shida versus Moose, Gresham, Lethal, and Lawler. War Games. Tonight we'll have Moose versus Naito to determine which team gets the advantage.
That's going to be a pretty big match. War Games.
Main event for the 90th anniversary has officially been announced. 79 segment rating. Naito, Tanahashi doing pretty well as usual. So that's a good thing. So our main event later tonight then, Naito versus Moose. The winner will get their team the advantage heading into the match.
Okay.
In a good match, Kushida and Tom Lawler then immediately go at it. 16:37, Kushida manages to keep Lawler down for a 3 count with a European clutch. That's where they get like that, the legs hooked and hold the arms down. Zack Sabre does it. It's weird.
Okay.
72 segment rating, 68 from Kushi and 69 from Lawler. Nice. This was a technical masterclass, so that's probably why there's a better grade than both of their in-rings.
Oh yeah, I noticed that. Yeah, that's good.
Yep.
I'm not complaining, so whatever.
No, not at all.
Kushida and Lawler, though, squaring off ahead of War Games. In a bout that had good, decent wrestling, Zayn and Edge team up against TH2. In 15 minutes, Zayn pins Angelico with the Helluva kick. A 59 rating, the 44, the worst out of everyone in the match. Zayn, though, with a 67, Evans 64, and Angelico 48. The match is considered short, and Zayn has a gimmick that is getting stale. To keep that one in mind.
Edge may not be performing well in the ring, but he's performing well in t-shirt sales.
We know that. Apparently, Edge is my 3rd highest seller right now in merch.
Yeah.
So there's that.
So he does have a benefit.
Yeah, Zayn and Edge picking up the tag team win after reconciling.
You might just benefit from making him like GM or something.
Yeah, or a manager.
Put him into a more like non-physical role. Yeah.
Or
probably gonna have to this
or
point.
the world champion.
No.
It's up to you. Your call.
Sure, merch sales would increase, but the tire prestige would drop like hell. Post-match segment time, folks. Zayn and Edge are in the ring, and instead of just one of them calling him out, both of them call out Shinsuke Nakamura. The two of them challenging him to a TV title match at the pay-per-view, wanting a triple threat. Nakamura comes out with Sabian, accepting and shouting that he will put both of them down for good.
Oh, man.
Rating of 80. And Zayn invented a new catchphrase. So that's going to boost him on the mic, and he now has a go-to line. That's cool.
What is it?
Not sure. I have no fucking idea.
No, you have to know. What is it?
Folks, we're having technical issues. Zayn clearly enjoyed the freedom of going off script. Moore did a masterful job of improvising, though. If you have a suggestion for what Zayn's trade should be, speak up, because I'm clueless.
Slap nut.
My beard is bushy.
You're all
beard
fashion.
Is what?
My beard is bushy.
Conspiracy.
Tigress, he's a face, damn it. Bliss is in the ring. And she talks about how she doesn't have a challenger for the pay-per-view. She wants one. She doesn't want to be left off the card. So she does something that is a bit surprising in calling out Nikki Cross. Cross comes out a little bit confused before Bliss simply thanks her for being there for Bliss the past few months when she was hurt. She wants her friend to be her challenger at the pay-per-view.
Okay.
Cross accepts, and the two friends shake hands and hug to make the match official. Looks like this will be a friendly contest. 64 rating.
Yeah.
I like it.
Bliss doing well, so that's good at least. Nothing on Cross. But that a good heat and decent wrestling. Lethal and Gresham pick up a win over Tanahashi and Shelley in 15:30 when Gresham submitted Shelley with an octopus stretch. Shelley, unfortunately, the weak link, struggling to keep up with everyone else. Each week, this confuses me more and more. Really not sure how Shelley and Edge are doing poorly, but hey, that's what it is. Segment rating of 67. Lethal and Gresham pulling 67, 66, Tanahashi 64, and then Shelley with the 53. Announcing helped, and the match got the crowd hotter. Librium picking up the win over the time split in Aces. Alright, about that, a good heat and decent wrestling. LIJ and Hiromu, Evil, and Sonata defeat Tozawa and Tenkozy. Sonata pinned Tenzon with the moonsaults. They call it the rounding body press, though. 61 rating. Match was too short, and for the importance, so that's a little rough. Let's see.
Your Ring of Honor people
LIJ all pulling 70s.
Yeah.
Wow. LIJ pick up their first win as a trio here in Ring of Honor.
And they still got the titles, I assume? They came out with the titles?
No, they came out with them. They're wearing them and everything.
Oh, wow.
Like it's already theirs.
Yeah.
Son of a B.
All right, post-match. Hiromu, Sonata, and Evil make challenges to the Undisputed Era. Hiromu wanting strong one-on-one, while Evil and Sonata want to fight Redragon, or... Sorry, I read through a comment, apparently. They're called Red Dragon. You're supposed to read it both ways. They want Red Dragon for the tag titles. Undisputed Era come out and accept for the anniversary show before things break down into a brawl that leaves Yui laid out, Sonata and Evil leaving once more with the tag titles around their waist. 63 rating. Kyle and Hiromu not doing well without scripts. That's kind of surprising. And Hiromu is held back by the language barrier again. So, if I want to grade him on something, I gotta make it something else, which is a little bit annoying, but I'll figure it out.
Okay.
But so,
it's
looks
official.
like Kyle and Fish will be defending. Well, technically, they'll be defending the belt against Sonata and Evil. But in the eyes of Sonata and Evil, they're the ones defending. So, we'll see.
Yeah, let's go Evil and Sonata.
So, as usual in our main segment, Firefly Funhouse. Woo! AKA me milking out ratings for some reason. This edition of Firefly Funhouse, Bray is sitting down, staring at a screen still, seeming a bit frustrated. The camera then shows the screen. You see Moxley has somehow got out of his room. The door knocked down and Cross growling angrily as he searches. It then tells Cross to calm down, because Moxley will pay. Moxley doesn't show up at the anniversary show and face Cross in a Falls Count Anywhere match. Bray will find him and he'll make his life a living hell. Segment rating of 99, and Moxley and Bray keep delivering. I love my company sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so now Cross facing Moxley if he decides to show up. Otherwise, there will be consequences.
Oh,
So
he's
we'll
going to
see
show
what
up.
Moxley decides to do.
Oh, he'll show up.
Main event time in a superb match. Moose defeats Tatsuya Naito in 1841 by pinfall.
Superb.
After
Fucking
a
Moose.
massive spear that flips Naito inside out. Rating 66. Match was a little too short, but that's okay. Naito, though, pulling an 80 and Moose with a 68. Oh,
Moose.
wow.
Well, you know
Only
how
does-
much Luke loves Moose now. We've seen Moose being pushed to the
know.
talk about to the moon.
Man, he keeps
Moon.
being consistent, so there's that.
Yeah.
But not only has Moose gotten Equilibrium the advantage in War Games, he has just pinned the Ring of Honor World Champion.
No joke. Clean.
Yep.
Hmm? Oh,
Did Naito have a problem losing this match?
Oh, not at all. I just put keep strong and he was fine with it.
Okay.
Our show, folks, Moose has just picked up arguably the biggest win of his career tonight. Post-match, Moose stomps on Naito before he grabs the Ring of Honor World title and his third of the six-man titles and goes over Naito, resting his foot on top of him and standing tall over the world champion to end our show.
Wow. Man.
Moose and Naito pulling a 96.
That's really good.
Sheesh.
God, man.
Bizarre.
Who would have thunk it that we got to this point where Moose is standing over Naito holding the belt up, the top title.
At
And
this point,
another
everybody
title.
turned off their TV.
Hey, don't disrespect Moose.
I will.
People want Moose 2 belts. Who knows? Moose clearly enjoyed going off script, so sometimes he does horrible, but this time he did great. I'll keep putting him off script, man. Naito improvised well throughout the segment, so that was really good.
There you
Oh,
go.
we tie? Did we tie this week?
Yeah.
There you go.
76. Yeah, I think you guys did tie, right? I don't remember.
believe
I think we might have, yeah.
Ooh, it's gonna
But
come down to
see,
the
our-
ratings.
Our top match was actually our opening match, Kushida versus Lawler. A little bit surprising, but hey,
Yeah.
pretty all around, honestly, considering for what I could do. This is pretty good.
The crowd,
I'm happy.
yeah. Crowd was surprised about that Moose finish, the 96 there to close out the segment in the show.
Is it, man? And if Beer Me sees this, he would be very happy with Moose getting a big win like that.
Yeah, he is a big Moose fan. We got Sami Zayn and CM Punk both getting a catchphrase on this week.
Mine's better.
All right, well, let's see whose ratings were better because
MWA is in bed with ROH, bro.
Yeah, I've been saying that for a while. All right. Yes. So both MWA and Ring of Honor had a 76. We got 11,000 here. Oof. 2.5. That's going to be tough to beat Ring of Honor. 1.8. Here we go.
Viewership dipped a little.
Yeah, just a little bit. 1.8 mil. All right. 250 is the score to beat. 230. 230. 1.7. Still really good numbers out of both your shows this week. 8,000 here.
Oh, yeah.
But the slight nod goes to MWA and the ratings.
Let's go.
There's drug testing. All right. It's low test.
Be careful with that.
So everyone's clean.
And then watch what happened.
Like,
oh my
shit,
God.
nope.
See what you just did?
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God.
Steroid user. All right.
See what you...
Stern
Oh
warning.
my God. Ricky Stark, steroid. Hangman Page, steroids.
Steroid.
This is why I had the strict
Wait, what? No.
drug testing from the beginning.
Do not suspend him.
Get a slap on the wrist.
Do not suspend him. Okay.
Well, you should
Thing.
probably still use them. Coffee, abuse
stern warning.
painkillers.
Handled.
And Gargano?
No.
Gargano
Steroid
and
user,
Page.
huh?
I'm on steroids. Okay, I don't believe that for a second.
Do not suspend him.
Dude, you shot yourself in the
Slap
foot.
on the wrist. Alex, he's
Oh,
happy
weird.
I only slapped Gargano on the wrist.
I mostly just use him as a road agent anyway.
So is Paul Ellering. Oh wait, hold on. Is this a signing here?
Actual signing.
Oh, okay. Mark Haskins to Ring of Honor, even though I think he's with them right now in real life anyway. But there we go.
And a pre-show bout that had good heat and decent wrestling. Elias and Yuka defeated Dragon Lee and Mia Yim in 11 minutes and 49 seconds when Elias pinned Mia Yim with a top rope double stomp.
Oh my god.
Apparently, she was the weakest link, struggling to keep up with everyone else in this match between. Yep.
Yeah, she was way lower than everybody. I'm talking way down there, 39.
Yeah.
That's pretty surprising.
Are you sure you're still upset you didn't get her, Bomber?
Hey, you know what? I'm still mad about that, yeah.
To be fair, with his women's division, that would have been average.
That's true. That's true. I would have just been trying to trade her to you guys.
Honestly, the big surprise here is Yuka got the highest score in the ring performance. Following that, we go to our main show, which starts with Pac ranting about Kota Ibushi and talking about how Kota has lost his damn mind if he thinks that he's going to take the King of Slam title from Pac.
I mean, I agree. Pac is pretty unbeatable at this point. But, I don't know, in Japan, the crowd may will Kota to a win.
Kota has a
Who
shot.
knows?
He's definitely got a shot, but man, Pac's unstoppable right now, so it's going to be tough.
And 99 rating. Starting my show off strong and getting the crowd hotter. The Intercontinental Champion Walter took on Austin Theory. In a good match, Walter defeated Austin Theory in 12 minutes and 47 seconds by pinfall with a golden.
That's a surprisingly good match.
Yep.
Very good. Yeah, almost 80. Wow. Dude, Walter with an 82. God damn.
Props to Austin Theory for surviving that long.
Walter basically says that he's pissed that he is not booked for Chain of Memories despite being the Intercontinental Champion, and says that he's going to make an open challenge for anyone to face him at Chain of Memories for the Intercontinental Championship.
I like the comments for the segment. Very in depth.
There are no specific comments.
Nope.
This was nice. That's all.
Yep.
And about that fantastic.
Wow, so AJ with the win over Dalton Castle.
3 minutes and 45 seconds by pinfall with the Styles. And then after Elias ran in and attacked Dalton Castle as payback for breaking his guitar.
What a fucking 81. That's awesome.
This would be a really fun match in real life.
Yeah, they got the same hair in their pictures there.
Two soccer moms fight each other.
Yep.
Plus, Elias had to get revenge for Dalton Castle breaking his guitar last week.
As he should.
And AJ gets momentum going to Chain of Memories, where he and Sasha will face the Young Bucks for the Dynamic Duos titles. And about that good wrestling and a decent reaction from the crowd, Aleister Black defeated Jimmy Havoc in 12 minutes and 36 seconds by pinfall with the Black Mass. This was a last-minute match because I underbooked. So I threw together this match.
I can't believe that in-ring performance of Black.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because he's not that popular in Japan.
Oh, that's right. My bad.
Mm-hmm.
Rosemary tried to cheer up who is scared of having to face Tessa. And then Allie, of all people, walks in and just gives this inspirational speech to Susie about having to face her fear. And that riles Susie up and goes, I'm going to face Tessa and beat her at Chain of Memories. And that's how the segment ends.
All right, we will see. I don't know. Too Young might have a chance. Not sure about Susie, though.
Kota Ibushi versus Drew McIntyre. And about that fantastic heat and great wrestling, Kota Ibushi defeated Drew McIntyre in 15 minutes and 34 seconds by pinfall with a last ride style Tiger Driver.
Yeah, pretty impressive to get the big man up like that. That's yeah. I know they're in Japan, obviously, but I did think that they would still perform a little bit better than this, as far as the 74. Still good though, not bad.
Yeah. And Kota gets momentum going into that match, and then following that, we get a backstage segment with Bayley and Zito, where they talk trash about Charlotte and Chris Jericho, and promise to take them both down in a tag match at Chain of Memories.
Oh, that should be interesting.
84 rating. And our main event match, a superb match, the Queen of Slam champion Asuka and Io Shirai defeated when Io Shirai tagged herself in and pinned Rio after hitting the moonsault, whereas Becky Lynch was distracted after Shayna Baszler walked to the ramp and towards her, and they got into a brawl.
So Becky and Riho take the loss here. Man, Riho was way down, and I figured even being in Japan, she would get a little bit of a boost at least. Got a 58.
Yeah.
Still overall great. Yeah, I see. 82.
I guess they weren't ready for Asuka.
They were not ready for Asuka.
Nope. Io and Asuka raised each other's arms up in the air, and with Io holding onto the arm where Asuka's holding up the Queen of Slam title, Asuka goes to walk away, but Io holds onto that arm and pulls at the Queen of Slam title until Asuka has to like snatch it out of Io's grip, and then they end up having a stare down, whereas before they walk away from each other separately.
Okay, so it's on.
Yep. That's how the show wins.
Allies facing each other for the Queen of Slam title.
Whoa.
84.
84. Big score out of Japan. I think it's a sellout too. 10,000. The crowd that is.
Yep.
Man, Slam coming in big with this go home show. You had a lot of really good matches. You had 2 matches in the 80s.
Mm-hmm.
The AJ and Dalton Castle, which freaking 81. I know it was going to be good, but that's a surprising outcome.
Yeah. I
It's,
do agree with that.
looks like all of them stayed above 70,
The matches.
except Rosemary and Allie and Susie.
Oh yeah. Really good show here leading into the pay-per-view.
That's right, guys. So get ready to watch Slam Chain of Memories on the Slam Network.
Right.
Woo.
All right, let's take a look at the Slam numbers here. 84, sellout 10,000 with a 0.63 television rating of 473,000. So there it is. Pay-per-views coming up. I always ask everybody, how do you guys think you did building up to the shows? I'll go first. I think main event-wise, I'm super excited as far as I almost said Dalton Castle, Jesus. Darby Allin and The Undertaker. I think that's going to be really big, and I got some pretty fun stuff planned for that. But I think it's going to be a really good show. I think it's going to be hard to beat on the finale next month, but I'm going to try my best. I think it's going to be a good show. What about you, Warden? How do you feel you did building up to the pay-per-view here?
I think I did all right. I don't think it's set in stone what outcomes there's going to be. I think it'll be interesting to see who people think will win and who actually does. But it's going to be a big build-up for our season finale next month. Definitely setting up for big things to come.
Okay. And what about you, Luke?
Okay, I did pretty well on certain aspects. On others, I could have done a little bit better, but I think I did better building the show than I did last month.
Good. That is good to hear because you were super down on your last pay-per-view. So glad to see.
Because like there was more I wanted to do, and I felt like I didn't do that great of a job hyping it up. But
Gotcha.
this, like, I did a lot better.
Okay. All right. Cool. What about you, Tigress? How do you think you did here?
Well, I think I built the both world title matches greatly. Either one could main event the show, and I'd be fine with that. And I think that overall, my builds to pay-per-views are getting better. I hope this is a good show.
Yeah, I agree. Both your title matches, I could see either. I'm actually interested to see which one is going to main event because I think it could be either one. Especially in Japan, both of those matches are going to go over very well.
Yeah.
So cool. All right, guys. Well, I hope everybody out there is looking forward to the pay-per-views, and they will be our next episode. Let's take a look at the week 40 ratings breakdown. And by the way, what a milestone, hitting 40 weeks in the series. Some of those are off season, but still, anyway, a big milestone. So CZW gets a television rating of 1.40, which is up slightly from a 1.39 last week. Up about 12,000 viewers, 1.055 million this week. Live attendance, though, did take a bit of a hit. Quite a bit, actually. Down over 1,100 here, 14,108 people live in attendance with a show rating of 83, which is one of the lower, tied for the second lowest rating CZW's got in this season, which is crazy to think about. 83, the second lowest of the season. Pretty impressive there for CZW, but down just a little bit going to the pay-per-view. Not what you want to see. So Ring of Honor stayed pretty consistent compared to last week. 3-0, which is close to last week's 2.32, down just slightly. 1.727 million, very close, 20,000 less than last week. Live attendance also took a hit for Ring of Honor here. 8,698, down less than 1,000 though, so not a big hit, just a little bit. And show rating 76, the same exact rating they got last week. Ring of Honor, nothing, didn't go too high up, didn't go too far down this week, so still very good show leading into the pay-per-view. I don't think they can be mad at all about these numbers. Good stuff there. Now, MWA did drop a little bit when it comes to pretty much everything. Yeah, everything. Here we go. 2.50, which was the highest television rating of the week. So congrats to MWA for that. They're down from 2.54 last week. 1.879 million viewers tuned in, which is still very impressive. And a live attendance dipped just a little bit, 300 less in attendance here from last week, with a total of 11,433. But the show rating is the bigger number here. They had an 81 last week, and they've dropped down to a 76 this week, tying with Ring of Honor, actually, for show rating. So there you go. Now, when it comes to, positive categories, I think Slam is one of the only ones that, well, I guess that's not true. CZW did move up positive in the TV rating, but TV rating, Slam did go up a little bit to a 0.63, which is, a lower rating, but they're in Japan. 473,620, up a little over 1,000 viewers from last week, with another sellout, 10,000. This is Slam's third sellout in a row in 3 straight shows in Japan. Slam is big in Japan. That's all I got to say about that. With an 84 show rating, which tied for their show rating last week. But since CZW dipped down, that gives Slam the first overall win in the show ratings category this season. Believe it or not, this is Slam's first best rating, show rating that is, this season. So congrats to Slam getting that show rating dub. So would you look at that? Slam on the Go Home show takes home the best show rating going into these pay-per-views, and they're in Japan. Slam has done so good on their tour in the UK, now in Japan. Slam's doing really good just overall, just in general, obviously. So you gotta like that. Now, Ring of Honor has a much better build this month, even though Luke was down on last month, so it wasn't that bad of a build-up going to the pay-per-view. But I think what he did where he had all the titles on the line last week, and then I was worried what was going to happen on the pay-per-view, but he transitioned super well to go from that show, building into this show this week, and going into the pay-per-view on the next episode. So props to Luke. Good booking. I think it was good anyway. I thought he did a good job. I hope you guys enjoyed CZW's booking. There's a lot of cool stuff going on, but again, I have to showcase that main event. Darby Allin versus The Undertaker, buried alive. Craziness is going to happen. We can't forget Warden, who has probably one of the best main events out of all of our companies coming into this pay-per-view. Will Ospreay versus Daniel Bryan. We may see our first 100 match rating. I don't think we've been in the 90s, obviously, but I don't think we've seen anything 98, 99, 100. This could be it. Big stuff is going to be coming this week on the next episode. So that is it, guys. I hope you enjoyed the Go Home shows. Tune in next episode, pay-per-view special, as we get ready for our final next month. April 2021 in our TEW series is going to be our final month of the season. It's going to be our month finale there. So I hope everybody is built up well for their last pay-per-view of the season. I know I got some cool stuff planned. I'm sure everybody else does too. So that is it. We'll see you pay-per-view time on the next episode.